Hello and welcome back to the land of my computer's terrible. Today I finally get another update video on my dungeon generator, which I apologize. I haven't been able to get a recording because I reinstalled Windows and I just now got my recording program back up to speed. And you might be wondering what in the world you're looking at right now, and that is simply just me showing how far Redstone has come. Now, actually, just how far my map has come too, but, now, yeah, this thing is what I'm using currently. I updated the randomizer, as you can tell. It's a lot smaller, a lot more efficient, and, generally just really awesome, I should just go and say. This is something some of you might wonder, what it is. This was how I originally built the dungeon generator. This thing practically does everything this thing does, except for it can only go north, east, and west with with the directions it can generate rooms, leaving awkward gaps occasionally, and it's not entirely fully functional, and it's exceedingly slow. This thing outdates command blocks, and this is what I started with when I was starting making this map. This thing, however, is what my first map, which you can go download on the forum page. This is the generator I used for that, I believe. And yeah, it sure is an oldie. But yeah, this is now what I am using. And with that, I guess I should actually get on to the proper video. So a few things I have news for. I have actually been working on the, as you can tell here from all this stuff, I've been working on the boss battles a little more, and again, I apologize for the frame drops, because I can't really record properly. And I've even been working on a, little bit of a AI, I guess I can call it, for a fully AI controlled boss battle. So I'll get more in depth in this in another video, but I currently have a boat that follows the player around in about a 5 or so block radius, as you can see the diagram there. It's quite interesting what I've managed to do with this. It's quite smooth, quite fast. You can actually increase the speed, and it won't actually throw itself off cliffs. I can even up its ability to not even go off the edge. Oh, got a little bit of frame drop there. As you can tell, it does not fall into pits, and if I can get it off, it gets stuck occasionally, and it doesn't have a way to go around them. However, it can go through walls, but there is a sort of workaround design I've done, because it actually detects if there's this second block below. Not this one, but this one. So this one's actually the one that decides if it can go off a ledge or not. So if I have it missing underneath, it will just act as if it's running into a wall. However, at this speed, you can sort of trick it past 1 block thick areas like this, I believe. Yeah. And that's an issue I plan to fix at some point. Again, that's also a thing that can be done if I fine-tune the way the thing works. Sorry, I get a little tongue-tied quite often because I'm not the best speaker. Another thing I'm thinking of the boss battles, another thing I will show off in this video is an actual fully functional boss fight in a little while. So you might be interested in seeing that when I get to it. For now, I want to show the updates on the dungeon generation itself. Just get this all rendered nicely. So first of all, I actually have finally properly installed as you can see, the total floor at the side there. I have properly installed the next floor system, so you get this sort of in-between floors bit, where you're waiting for it to generate, it still takes about the same amount of time as before. It might be a little bit faster, a little bit slower at times. I've still got a little bit of work to do on it. But there's one interesting thing I want to show off after it's done generating this floor for us. I have actually extended the variation in rooms, aside from improving their generation in general. I actually upped it. You should know from a previous video that I have about 12 types of rooms. You know, the room with the pillar, the room... Oh, come on, let me out the door. The room with the pillars, these T sections, straight sections, turn sections, and just these empty rooms. Which, by the way, you've seen this before. Here's the properly generated dungeon. However, so there's 12 in this generation. This is the less intensive version of the generation. But if... Oh my gosh, I'm getting a lot of frame drops here. Sorry about this. If I go into here, you see this improved rooms is disabled. If I enable it and return to game, it's not yet actually on because I have to make a new set of rooms. But if you give it a little while, which I'm going to skip this, it will generate the new improved rooms setup. I will warn you though, I have a kind of bad processor, and the improved rooms requires a better processor to generate, so it takes maybe a minute or two longer for my computer to generate it. However, if you have a really good computer, it should run just as fast as the normal generation should. So I'm gonna skip ahead to it finally being done, because that will in fact take a while for me to do, but it is worth it in the end for me. Bye! And it appears to be done. I'm not sure how long that was. It was at least a minute. But if it did its job properly, you will notice an interesting difference in the room generation. Like I was mentioning, the original had 12 types of rooms that can possibly generate. This version has 48, I believe, because I added each room, like this center room, or the I think this is the east to north room. Each has, instead of just one, it has 4 variations. So this is added a lot to the dungeon. It looks so much more interesting. I can't get a proper view of it currently because the roof is not on the dungeon, and my frames are dropping crazy. Oh, there's some various issues. By the way, this is still a bug. Gotta fix that. Don't know what's causing it though. Yeah. What was I saying? Oh yeah. So yeah, there's just a general more variation. It just looks so much better with this. Again, it is a little harder for a computer to do it. It takes at least twice as long as the first version, the normal basic version, but it looks amazing in the end. Which I'm going to turn that off really quick, just for other parts of the video. Anyway, so I guess the next thing I want to show off in the video is that boss battle, which, of course, it's going to be a little harder to do while recording, but if I can find the exit door, there it is. Yeah, let me get to that next. Sorry about the sudden cut there. This is actually a separate recording because I was having issues recording this boss fight. Because of that, I apologize in advance for just the amount of lag this boss fight might have, because I have in fact been having issues getting it to run properly while recording. Even if it does not look as good in the recording because of frame drops and such, I will inform you that yes, this boss fight is not too terribly, it's slightly intensive, but not nearly as intensive as you're seeing here on my computer. It's just because I'm recording that it's running so poorly. Also, I should really heal this poison. So, as you can tell, I guess, I don't know if it's he or she, has 4 different attacks, one of which has a variation of, or actually a lot, most of them have variations of, or the 2 of them have variations of where they will attack. The one you may have just seen, I don't know if it came up on the recording very well there, was an arrow barrage, which shoots arrows out in 8 directions. You then saw after that, actually here's another arrow barrage. It's not hard to dodge, but it can catch you off guard. Also, finally, this one's one that you don't see too terribly often. It does have the ability to summon zombies with the name boss minion. Oh, that's intensive. Don't know what just, my frame rates are dropping really bad now. Oh boy. Oh boy. I'm in trouble. But, okay, the other 2 attacks, the one is that gigantic blast of explosions that can be shot in one of 4 directions. Oh, I've been slowed. Of course, it also has its basic attacks, and it's, oh boy, this is not good. Running. Running, running, running. I'm gonna, oh, I don't know where that's gonna fire. Sorry, I haven't gotten to mention the, so there's the last attack that you just saw there is a teleport. Oh boy. This fight is actually quite difficult, as you can tell. I mean, I'm wearing armor and I'm being beat up pretty badly. This will probably be a later level boss fight. Also, yes, you will be supplied with milk and potions by this point. Oh, sorry, frame drops again. Oh, this could be the end of... Oh, shoot. Don't you dare kill me. Sorry, I'm going quiet because I'm actually trying to fight this thing. Yes, kill your minions. Kill them all. Oh, that could have been bad. Run, boy, run. So yeah, I do apologize for the quality drop here because I had to shrink my window a bit just to get this to play a little better for your viewing pleasure. So yeah, I plan to add more attacks than just this for different bosses though. This is probably going to be translated into a proper boss battle, such as versus, you know, the Undead Queen, maybe it'll be named. I do have one that's actually going... Oh, whoa. Don't you dare... Oh, poison me again. I do have one that's gonna use the new AI. That's gonna be an interesting one. Oh my gosh, all these zombies. One annoying thing about this fight, though, that is mentioned... Oh my gosh, so many zombies! is the fact that it does, in fact, heal itself and spawn so many minions. Jump! Jump and hit! Oh gosh. This is pretty bad. Oh, the lag spikes, too, are not helping. Helping? Running, running, running. Oh boy. I am not well. Some zombies just got knocked up into the air. Oh no. Oh, this is not good. It got me good. I might actually die to this boss. That's not where I want to be. Also, hopefully I'll eventually get boss music for this, as it does make it a little better when you can, you know, have audio besides just... Oh, hi! Oh, my goodness. I gotta heal so bad. Oh! It got me! With a damage potion. Well, I know that was probably a long bit of recording of me just fighting a boss, but I hope you enjoyed that. I'm gonna cut back to the normal video now, and hopefully you now know what the boss fights are going to be like. So, I hope you guys got to see the boss battle moderately well. It was a bit laggier than I expected, because I can play it smoothly and just fine without any frame drops at all when I'm not recording, but maybe it's just my computer being terrible currently. Also, it didn't spawn any minions like it normally does, so maybe that's an issue I need to fix. Who knows? It's just a test boss, so I can show you off. I will show it a bit more properly in another video when I show off my finished boss AI later, which was also another thing I hope you guys got to see nicely. And generally, I'm mostly done this video. There's just one or two little things left. First of all, as you might see, I've got most of the redstone done here. Aside from, there will be a stack, because this is the boss fight room, or boss fight I should say, there will be a stack of these, one of these for each boss, because they all will have different attack patterns and AIs and all sorts of things. And yeah, this is where it decides the bosses and everything, and generally it's mostly done. The last real thing I want to show off, aside from the new version of the dungeon generator, which you might notice, you can see it's a lot better, is the rooms, is one thing I wanted to show. Now you may have noticed that there were a couple rooms, but there seemed to be more rooms here, different ones you didn't get to see and whatnot. That's because the rooms randomize off of these randomizers here. They will clone whichever room is picked in their relative location. For example, this one applies to the stack of 4 rooms that's here, and so it will pick one of those, and I believe it will put it right here. So it cycles through the different types of rooms to make them randomized too, so you can get different types instead of just one type per floor. The other thing I wanted to show off down here, aside from the fact that I just have this massive stack of rooms, is the thing I am exceedingly glad for. Remember how I may have mentioned how long it was going to take me to fill all of these chests of loot? I'm finally done. I can't even properly get them rendered without it looking weird. There are about 765 different chests I had to fill. Each one is, there might be 1 or 2 sets where there are the same pattern of loot in them at most. But I had to fill these all manually with different amounts, different items, and it took me ages. So I'm so glad to get that done. That's one of the larger chunks of the dungeon is done with that. Along with that, all I have to do now are the boss battles, a little bit of redstone cleanup, and the monster spawners. Once I get the monster spawners done, that's another large chunk. Once I get the bosses done, that's practically the final chunk, and I can finally release this map, and you guys can finally play it. I feel like there was one more thing I wanted to say in this video. So give me a moment to see if I can remember that. So one thing I do remember I want to say is you might notice this toggle music button with the coming soon sign in the red clay block there. It might or might not be working properly when I get the dungeon released, but for now it's probably not going to work until I can figure out one or two little things. Practically, I want the dungeon to have music. Currently, it's really only Kevin MacLeod, or whatever you pronounce his name, music, as I don't know how to make music. If anybody wants to offer music for me, that'd be amazing, but I'm unsure if I will actually add that feature. There are a few things in the way currently. And aside from that, there was one more thing, but I'm still trying to remember what exactly it was. Well, I can't think of what it was that I was gonna ask, so I guess I'm gonna end the video off here. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed seeing the progress on the dungeon. I hope to be getting out at least a new video soon, maybe a little better documenting the boss fights and the AI I was working on. I also hope to get a trailer out and release this map soon, now that you've seen that I'm getting quite close to the end. If you have any questions about anything, or if I didn't explain anything all that well, or if you just want to see something again, please leave a comment talking about it. And maybe like the video. That's a nice way to get it a little more seen. I am currently, for some reason, having issues getting it noticed, and I kind of don't want all this hard work to go to waste of me suddenly, like, not having anyone play this map I've been working months on. So that would be greatly appreciated, even though I hate asking for likes. And yeah, I guess I will see you guys later. Sorry about the frame rate and my rambling. Yeah. Whee!